Please give a big round of applause.
Good morning. How are you? Good. Enjoyed your holidays? पक्का? या बोर हुआ घर पे बैठ के? ओके. बोर हुआ? बाहर नहीं गए? अब तो सब खुल गया ना? Study 12. बाप रे, इतना sincere? My God. Okay, good. All right. So till the time we have our guest speaker, Mr. Deepak sir over here. We have Dr. Vidya Gavekar with us, ma'am. Please. She is MCA, MBA and PhD. She teaches here in Suryadatta group of institutes for MCA and MBA. So we'll just have a quick informal interaction, okay? And you have any doubts, you have any questions related to IT, she also teaches in MBA. So you can have an informal interaction with her till the time we have our guest speaker, okay? So just 15-20 minutes more, okay? Thank you, students.
Okay, good morning, student. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
So, okay, today I'm giving the brief information about what are the upcoming IT opportunities for the students. Okay, so right now you are in the 11th and 12th standards, and you people are more worried about the key which I have to choose this one and that one. Okay, there are huge many career opportunities for commerce streams as well as science streams and the art stream also there. Everybody knows about that. But basically I am mostly focusing on the information technology and the computer science opportunities because this is my the core area is here. Okay. So for these particular opportunities, I want to tell you something regarding the after 12th, the most of the students will prefer the engineering, okay? And in the engineering, which stream you like? How many of them belongs to the science category students? How many of them? Okay. I'll go one by one. So the most of the students, they want to do their career in a mostly engineering, but I want to tell you that you want to do your career in the engineering background, you people must go for the data science. Okay, right now in engineering also have a new stream has introduced, which one is the data science AI. Okay, which is a very huge or a broader area where student can do their career, and there are the lot many opportunities for them also there. Okay, the IT and the computer is also booming because within a pandemic in Pune itself more than 1,000 plus new company or new venture has started. Okay, can you imagine? So there is a very big huge opportunities for the IT students. Even though those are belong to the commerce background, student can also do their career in analytics also over there. Okay, so for in the analytics, the programming is not mandatory. Many of the students thought that I want to do the career in a particular, mostly the BCom graduate student or BBA graduate student mostly go for the MBA. So in the MBA also there is one stream has introduced from last 2 years which is the business analytics, where the students have a very huge opportunities for that, and in that stream they do not need a programming background. Okay, and when you want to do your post graduation in a business analytics, the package it will be start from minimum 4 lakh above. Okay, and it's a very good opportunity for you because there are different kinds of the tools, and by using that tools you have to design the various different forms and the formats, and the reports are only there. So by using that tool you can start your career. So it's a very huge area where you can start your career. Generally, most of the BBA students or BCom students mostly of the MBA, and in the MBA they will go for the marketing, HR, finance. These are the traditional streams are there. Apart from that, you can start your career in a business analytics where programming background is not mandatory. Okay? And now all IT companies, not only IT companies, all kind of the companies which are moving towards in a analytics forms. Means in a analytics you can do, you will start working as a HR analytics, finance analytics, okay, marketing analytics are there. So everywhere in every stream analytics, which is important part where they want whatever means reports, whatever the data in a proper form. Okay, as a being marketing student, you have to give the presentation, you have to show the presentation or your subordinate over there. On that time, by using that tool, you can design or you can create a various different forms with the help of that. Different tools are available. Okay. Now regarding the science background student, quite obviously they will go for the computer and IT, and you already aware about that. There is a very huge cutoff for the B Comp and B IT. Okay, so you don't be nervous at all. You can also go for the BSc in data science also there. This is also very good opportunity for you. After BSc in data science, you also definitely will get a minimum packages near about that the 2.5 because your graduate degree is there. You can go for the further MSc in data science also there. Okay, these are the also reputed courses are over there where you will get the very good opportunity. So as for the means, I'm being as a IT professional or IT faculty, so I'm going to discuss about that. That the particular IT opportunities are here. So now this is a very crucial time period for you. You have to start practices more and more because everything is the offline. There is nothing in online courses are there. See, in your paper pattern MCQ is there, but it's very difficult to solving the MCQ questions because that questions are totally based on thoroughly on your entire syllabus, and the student, those who are having a clear with all the basic concept, then and then that student can opt that MCQ questions. Okay, from last 2 years you people have a very habit, yeah, MCQ, online MCQ, it's very simple pattern, you are getting good marks because what you did, you are just searching on the Google and do it. Right now the pattern are totally different, everything is offline. And so evaluation is very strictly. So once time you can write answers for the descriptive question, it's quite easy as compared to the MCQ question. Because for the preparation of the MCQ questions, you must be thoroughly clear with all the fundamentals, those you are learned in entire curriculums are there. Okay? So regarding the any career opportunities and all these things, you people have any doubt, any kind of the question, you please ask so that according to your questions I will try to give the answers. Please students, speak up. Instead of laughing and gossiping, you should think on that because it's a very high time for you. Students, please ask. Because after that, sir is also giving a very broader, huge, what are the different career opportunities in IT. So for the IT, only developing is not only the area. Okay? Most of the students thought that I have very good programming knowledge is required. Not at all. You can start your career in a testing also there. Because you can start your own venture or startup is over there. So for every project, you must require a tester for testing this particular product, whether this product having any kind of the bugs are there. So you can start your career in a testing also there. So those students have a very good analytical thinking and the logical thinking. This student can go for the developing. But some of the students are more interested in that. You can go in, you can start your career in a testing, you can start your career in a analytics. So these are the two broader areas and there are different profiles are over there. So you can start career from that. So you have to choose the proper path after your 12th. So you can move your in a proper way in a career path. Okay. So for that the 12th standard you are about that कि I have to go in the engineering stream. Don't do. There are very good courses at a graduation level also there. So those are related to ITs. Means those students haven't get admission in a BE IT, BE computer. This student can go for the BSc in data analytics, BSc in data science. These are the very good courses and where you can get a very good opportunity in a company. Okay? Student, please, anyone have a doubt, you can ask the questions. Okay, students, so anyone have a doubt, please ask. No one has doubt because you people are not thinking about your future. No one has decided your future perspectives. Nothing. You want to, जैसे कि हमें सिर्फ 12th पास करना है, आगे का आगे देखेंगे. So don't do, you can start thinking, you have to do your own, make plannings are there. So you have to start searching what kind of the courses are available and then you should start working on that. Okay student, you have any queries, you can ask any time. Thank you.
Yes students, our guest is here. Please stand up everyone and give a big round of applause for our eminent guest, Dr. Deepak Sarkar.
ऑनलाइन है सर मेरा रेकॉर्डिंग कट करता है फिर
Good morning everyone. Respected Chairman sir, honorable guest, Principal ma'am, teachers and my dear students. It is a great pleasure for me to introduce today's chief guest. He is an IT professional and advisory board member of LGR.
We are getting other students also. And then you will do. Because otherwise you will have to do it again. You will just talk to them.
So now over to you sir. Thank you sir.
इंग्लिश मध्ये बोलू का मराठीत बोलू? हे तुम्ही जे म्हणाल तसं. हा काही सैराट मधला प्रश्न नाही. एनिवे तुम्ही आता 12वीत आहात बरोबर ना? 2 वर्ष काय केलं घरात बसून? मजा केली? मग तुम्हाला आता कॉलेजमध्ये आल्यावर आनंद वाटतोय का घराच्या बाहेर पडून काहीतरी वेगळं असं वाटतंय? का परत घरी जावं असं वाटतंय? का परत कोरोना यावं असं वाटतंय? म्हणजे परत वर्क फ्रॉम होम, लर्न फ्रॉम होम, काय वाटतं तुम्हाला? आता तुम्ही लक्षात घ्या की आता तुमचे काही सिनियर स्टुडंट्स पण येतील. मग ते आलं की मी माझा जो मेन टॉपिक आहे IT टेक्नॉलॉजी त्याच्यावर बोलेन. पण आता मी तुमच्यासाठी काही टिप्स देऊ इच्छितो. 12th standard or HSC is a foundation of your career. So please be serious. I don't think you have taken your education casually in the past. But if you have, see, past is gone. So you can't change it now. How many of you thought that you should come ranker in SSC? Anyway, it has not happened. It's not happened, it's not happened. So now, key to success is to look for present. Because there is one important statement which I read somewhere and I like it. Past is history, right? Past is history. Future is mystery. You don't know what is in store of future. So what is there in your hand? It is present. And that is why it is called present. Present is called gift. When you go to any wedding or some ceremony, you give gift. So that gift is also called present. So same thing is applicable to you. Your current time, the present time, you are in 12th standard is present. So if you take it like that, then it will help you a lot in achieving your goals. And at this stage, you must make your goal very clear. Or where do you see yourself after 1 year? Because this 12th standard will go. So comes June 23, then what happens? Some of you will want to go to engineering, some of you may go to science, some of you will go to some other branch. Now, that journey should be very, very good. And for that to happen, there is another important thing. If you take pains now, then gains will come to you later. So that's why pains are important. But if you do time pass, because the simplest thing, what Indian students are excellent at, and unfortunately they do it without attending any coaching class, without getting any training, and that is called time pass. तुम्हाला माहिती आहे का टाइमपासचे कोणी कोचिंग क्लासेस काढतं का? तो आपोआप होतो आणि तो कसाच वेळ जातो अँड सगळं झाल्यानंतर तुमच्या लक्षात येतं की तुम्हाला मिळालं काहीच नाही. सो टाइमपास इज वन मोर थिंग विच यू शुड अवॉइड ॲज मच ॲज पॉसिबल इन दिस HSC duration, because based on your performance, because there is another complexity which will come in your life, it is called CET. Because after HSC, many universities have their own CET, so you will have to prepare for that. But many parents realize that if you go after CETs, then your core HSC performance suffers. So don't let that happen, because sometimes marks and performance are also based on marks of HSC. So you will have to balance it out very well. And many of you were supposed to be serious in SSC. At least parents are very serious. My student or my boy or girl is in SSC. Same thing, they are extremely serious. Is there anybody in the audience whose parents have told you, बेटा जी ले अपनी जिंदगी, जाओ सूर्यदत्ता में, ऐश करो, टाइम पास करो, जितना पैसा चौड़िया सर मांगते मैं दे दूंगा, वो 5 लाख मांगते मैं 5 लाख दे दूंगा, ऐश करो. ऐसा एक भी स्टूडेंट है क्या इधर? They are expecting a lot from you. So please understand, if your parents are expecting a lot from you, and if you do time pass, then who has fooled whom? Who has fooled whom? You have fooled your own parents, who are expecting a lot from you. And cheating is another thing you should not do. You should be very honest. If you admit that, okay, one day I did not study fine, but let it not accumulate a lot. So this is where I am saying be serious. Please tell me when the other audience is there, Kiran. How many of them are there, or some of them are there?
They are coming, joining.
Joining means another some time, because this group you brought, they are seniors or whom?
They are all 12th standards.
So this also 12 standard.
They are all 12th standards.
No, but why this batch came late? This last 20.
They were sitting behind. I just pulled them in front.
No, they came from outside. I saw them coming from outside. Like you came from outside, they also came from outside. Okay, because I have to change my track when the senior students come.
Yes, sir.
So please understand, in last 10 minutes, I have only told you 2 things. If you are awake, and if you are really serious, first thing I have told you is, your parents have high expectations from you. And you have to take your education seriously. And what do you mean by seriously? Attending classes, listening to your teachers. And whatever they tell you, right now you blindly believe them. If they tell you to jump, will you jump? Yes or no? The answer is yes, but your teachers will not tell you. That is the other thing. This is what is the meaning of trust. And I don't know how many of you have aspiration to join Army, Indian Army, or Navy, or for that matter Air Force. Do you know that if you decide to become a Jawan and become part of service, if your boss or your immediate senior officer tells you, jump from this fellow will jump. He will not ask questions. And probably the meaning of jump was, a bomb will come where you are sitting, so he is saving your life. But sometimes we think that jumping is equal to damaging your own body. It's not like that. Somebody thinks about something. Sometimes destiny has some different things in store. So you have to take appropriate action, and this is where honesty and trust are two important things. Honesty is honesty to yourself, and don't cheat yourself. And on cheating front, I will share with you a small joke which I remember as the first joke I ever heard many years back. And this is a Santa Banta joke. So संता सिंह को बंटा सिंह कहता है, मैंने सरकार को उल्लू बनाया, भारत सरकार को. तो संता ने बोला कैसे बनाया तूने? तो संता बोलता है मैंने ट्रेन का टिकट निकाला और गया ही नहीं. अभी उसमें उल्लू कौन बन गया? भारत सरकार बना के संता सिंह बना. Those students who pay fees to college and take education casually are those Santa Singh dissidents. उल्लू कौन बना? कॉलेज को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, टीचर्स को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, फर्क पड़ता है आपको और आपके पेरेंट्स को. How many of you think after 1 year your parents should feel very happy about you? मेरे बच्चे ने बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स लाए, बहुत अच्छा काम किया, एंड पूरी बिरादरी में, पूरी कम्युनिटी में मेरा नाम ऊंचा कर दिया. ये कितने लोगों का ड्रीम है? हाथ ऊपर करो. मैडम जरा फोटो ले लो इनका. कुछ लोगों का नहीं है, कुछ अलग ड्रीम है, शायद वो संता सिंह है. और ये फोटो चोरडिया सर को बोल देना ये क्या क्वेश्चन पूछा था. सो ये अगर हाथ आपने ऊपर किया, इसका मतलब ये है कि नाउ इट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑन यू. यू आर नाउ अकाउंटेबल बिकॉज यू आर अकाउंटेबल ऑफ योर ओन लाइफ. You have to make your parents happy, and the only way you can make them happy is by getting good marks. There is nothing else which is important. And for less marks, there is another Indian term which is called excuses. Excuses की बहुत लंबी लिस्ट होती है. मुझे मार्क कम क्यों मिले? बहुत सारे excuses. एक तो कोरोना आ गया, फिर मुझे बुखार हो गया, फिर मेरे फैमिली में किसी को कुछ हो गया, फिर मेरे टीचर ने मुझे ठीक पढ़ाया नहीं. Then I could not go to college. Excuses को क्या है? Excuses तो excuses ही रहते हैं. But there are at the same time so many students who are learning in adversity. There is physical adversity. Some of them are Divyang students. Some are having economic adversity. Do you know that there are at least 5,000 students in Pune who are studying in night school? They are like you. They are in HSC because I support them financially, so I know them. Those students work in doing odd jobs in the day. They are waiters, they are couriers, they are doing all these things. But at night, they go to night school and learn. Now, do you know that you are luckier than them? उनको तो घर भी चलाना है, पढ़ना भी है. But unfortunately, situation ऐसा है कि जो toppers आते हैं बाद में, उसमें से 30% toppers उस category से. Those students who are fighting for life, for survival. But they also get good marks. And there are many students who are from well-to-do families, economically very good. But priorities are wrong. Because एक वायरस जो है, वो सूर्यदत्ता में भी है, और पूरे इंडिया में है, और वो वायरस का नाम है टाइम पास. वो डस जाता है. तो कोरोना की तरह ही है टाइम पास वायरस. और मोमेंट आप टाइम पास वायरस के अधीन हो गए, तो आपको वो काम करने ही नहीं देता. फिर क्या टाइम पास के बहुत है. आजकल तो नया और एक सब वायरस निकला है, और उसका नाम है OTT. ले लो मोबाइल फोन और देखते रहो. हमारे जमाने में अच्छा था, because I feel very lucky. When I was of your age, we did not have television, we did not have telephone, we did not have mobile phone. So our generation was the luckiest generation. हम लाइब्रेरी में जाके पढ़ते थे और पढ़ाई करते थे. ग्राउंड में जाके खेल खेलते थे. मुझे एक बच्चा बोला मैं खेल खेलता हूँ. मैंने बोला कौन सा खेल खेलते हो? तो उसने बोला क्रिकेट. तो मैंने पूछा कहाँ खेलते हो? तो उसने बोला मोबाइल पे. क्या फर्क? So doing all these things are important, and this is where there is an English term called bookworm. Bookworm is also not good. You should not be spending 24 hours only studying. Balance of life is important. Health is your important thing. I don't know how many of you exercise at least 1 hour a day. I exercise for last 50 years. Minimum 1 hour a day. In fact, I have an app. I use technology for my betterment. I have downloaded a health app on my mobile phone. And until I cross 12,000 steps, I don't have dinner. This is my rule. 12,000 steps is 8.5 kilometers. So my only goal in the day is somehow to cross 12,000. Otherwise, मुझे dinner नहीं मिलता. And the day I don't cross 12,000, I don't eat that night because I don't deserve to be having dinner. फिर मैं खाली पेट सोता हूँ और खाली पेट सोने से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता, वेट कम ही होता है. Good for your health. And some days इसीलिए हमारे इधर उपवास बोलते हैं ना. Some days you should not eat because overeating is also bad. So the point I want to tell you is health is also equally important. Look after your health because only a healthy body can study. And everybody has different priorities of health. कोई योगा करता है, कोई जिम क्लब जाता है, कोई. And actually healthy बनने के लिए पैसा की जरूरत नहीं. All you need to do is to cycle or walk. And open spaces are there. If you want to exercise, you can do anywhere. Health के बाद में दूसरी चीज और क्या होती है? Attitude. And this attitude is something which is your upbringing. Depends on your parental value system. And if your attitude is right, then whatever else you will do will automatically become right. Because a person having good attitude will not believe in copying. You are in the examination writing and you are seeing answer sheet of your neighbor. Now if your priorities are right and attitude is right, you will say I will not copy, I will write what I know. Because उसका copy करके अगर वो गलत हो गया तो how do you know that your friend is 100% right? It need not be so. So believe in yourself. और आजकल एक मैं आपको चीज बताता हूँ which you may or may not agree with me, but after 12th standard, 20 years back, competition was immense. Immense means immense. Less engineering colleges, less IT courses. So there was a huge problem. But today the situation has exactly reversed. Because I am on the governing board of many higher education institutes and I can tell you from my own experiences, there are at least 50 colleges in Pune. They don't get students after 12th standard. Vacant seats. This is the situation. So the issue is you will prosper, but do you want to go with pride और वो खाली सीट था उसमें मुझे बिठा दिया? आपका प्रायोरिटी. Do you want to sit in the front row? Matter of pride. I got admission on merit immediately. Your parents are happy. पेड़े बांटे उन्होंने सब जगह पे. और ऐसा है कि वो क्या है वो कॉलेज में आखिर में कुछ सीट पता खाली रह गए उसमें मेरे बच्चे को एडमिशन मिला. उसमें क्या है? It is called also ran. There are two types of races. Sports में होते हैं ना races, running races. एक रेस जो होता है जो रनर जो है वो जीतने के लिए दौड़ता है. भले ही वो लूज हो जाए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. You may come 5th or 6th, but at least he tried to win. And then there are many runners. And in Pune we have international marathon every 6th February, around first week. 80% of runners in that marathon are also ran. उनको जीतना नहीं होता. They want to somehow complete. बीच में पानी पीते हैं, इधर फोटो निकालते हैं, फिर और जाके डोसा खाते हैं बीच में. उनको भागना नहीं होता है. And only 20% runners are serious. So who is priority runner in the race? Serious runner or also run? So life में क्या होता है? The day you decide that I am fighting the race as also ran, there you have lost yourself. वो आप रेस चालू करने के पहले ही हार गए, because आप कभी जीतना चाहते ही नहीं. So this kind of attitude is wrong. So this is where attitude is very important, and your attitude will have to be a winning attitude, and winning with fairness, not winning at any cost. Moment you talk about winning at any cost, then unfair practices come in, and unfair practices don't take you long run. Because I have worked in an eminent group for many years, Tata Group. I don't know how many of you have heard of Tata Group. Tata Group is a flagship industry group. I have personally worked with Ratan Tata, who is an icon. He knows me on first name basis. I used to address him as Mr. Tata. And one thing I have learned from him is value system. Tata Group is famous worldwide for honesty and value. When Tata company says something, means it is happening. If they say not possible, not possible. So this has got inculcated in me because I have worked with that group for 16 years of my life. So even if later on I left for chasing my entrepreneurial goals, those value system has remained with me. So shortcuts में कुछ नहीं होता. इनफैक्ट सक्सेस हैज नो शॉर्ट. हार्ड वर्क और हार्डली वर्क. For those students who hardly work are having the attitude of just running in the race नाम के वास्ते, लोगों को दिखाने के वास्ते कि मैं HSC में बैठा हूँ, उनका कोई फ्यूचर नहीं है. And they are no different than that Santasi who bought the ticket. And Kiran, you tell me when those students, because I see a lot of students are there.
Yeah, I have called them.
So there are many now.
Yes.
Because then I have to change my track now.
Just 5 minutes.
Okay, so I will just talk for a few more minutes. And some of these things are applicable for them also. So please look at these priorities. Then your syllabus is very simple. One of the simplest syllabus for HSC. And your minimum goal should be to pass with minimum 60%. But that is minimum. I am not saying that is maximum. But below 60% means you have just ran the race for running in the sake of it. So your goal has to be good marks, and for that to happen you will have to understand the subject well. उसके लिए थोड़ा hard work लेना पड़ेगा. You will have to read books. Book reading has unfortunately become rare nowadays because of technology. You have your laptop or tablet. That is okay, but no replacement for reading. How many of you know there is a place just behind? How many times you go there is the point. How many of you know there is a place called library in the college? पता है क्या आपको? पता है. उसका एड्रेस पता है. वहाँ अंदर जाना भी एक चाहिए. ये आपको पता है. And there are a lot of useful things. See, library is not only your textbooks. There are important things, newspapers. See, there is general knowledge is also very important. And general knowledge will help you 5 years from now, not immediately. But when you appear for interview, for job, that interview will be 80% general knowledge and 20% of what you have seen. How many of you want to work in government, army or these kind of things, services? Nobody? UPSC, MPSC, IAS, किसी को बनना नहीं? Okay. How many of you want to earn 50 lakh rupees per annum after 5 years? Not now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. सिर्फ 10 लोग. 15 लोग. Okay. तो आपको मैं simple step बताता हूँ. And that you will have to blindly follow. Now don't ask me questions because I will have to give you a big lecture. Learn Japanese. This one decision of yours, if you take now, because Japanese is a difficult language, its script is different, and it is possible online. There are so many teachers. Do you know place in the world outside Tokyo where Japanese teachers are available? And that is Pune. Do you know this? So many Japanese teachers are available, but they don't get students because people don't think it is important. Japan is the land of opportunity. Japan is the only country in the world which welcomes Indians with honesty and pride. US, UK treat you second-rate citizen. I have lived in both countries, so I know. If you want to live Takkar ka life with prestige and everything, then Japan is the place. It is only 6 hours by flight from Mumbai. As I am speaking to you today, there are 3 lakh open jobs for all educated people, right from teachers also. So this is applicable for teachers also. So nurses, teachers, IT professionals, engineers, civil engineers, commerce professionals, look, whatever branch you are in, if you learn Japanese language, and that language has levels, the lowest level is N5, N4, N3, N2, N1. In 3 years time, you can easily pass N1. The day you pass N1, your journey to success ho gaya. Because then you are eligible for so many scholarships for higher education in Japan. All you have to buy is air ticket. And if you want to work and learn, dono possible hai. But unfortunately, students don't take it seriously. And I will feel very happy if I get feedback from Suryadatta group that we have started a Japanese batch in HSC here. I will get you teachers at discount. Or online teachers to वैसे भी YouTube पे available है, so many things. Because you are securing your future. How many of you see there is something called a risk in life? If I tell you, आपको दो रूट है जाने का. One route is a secured route. Nothing will happen. And the other route is risky route. Hurdles will come, something will come. So, moment you learn Japanese language, you have secured yourself at least for 20 years. And now I will tell you why I am so optimistic about Japan is, average age of Japan is 75. There are only old people in that country. There are no young people. And they are desperately looking at Asians. Until 2 years back, China was their neighbor. But now, after this corona thing, they have treated China as enemy number one. So they have said, Chinese companies, you go, and they want Indians to set up shops. And another beautiful thing is, Japan government has deputed a full-time officer in Pune, who is a good friend of mine. His salary is paid by Japan government to promote trade and education bridge between Pune city and Tokyo. So I can bring him to Suryadatta any times, as many number of times. But we require motivated students who want to go to Japan in future. And आप Google करो, Japan is as advanced as USA. You get all sorts of food. Even you will get bakarwadi also in Tokyo. And there are so many people from Pune already living there, and all of them are very happy. It's a secured country. No extreme weathers. Like UK England is very bad for weathers. East coast of America, very bad weather. Snowing hoga, ye hoga, bukhar aayega. Japan's weather is far good. So please understand this message and act accordingly. Should we start now? Okay. So you will go as per your agenda now.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am Khushi Jaiswal from MCA department. Today we all have gathered here for a seminar on futuristic IT technologies. I am highly honored and feel privileged as been given the opportunity to address our key speaker of the day, Dr. Deepak Shikarpur. Now I request Dr. Kiran Rao ma'am to felicitate our honorable guest of the day, Dr. Deepak Shikarpur sir. Thank you, ma'am. So now I would like to introduce our today's guest, Dr. Deepak Shikarpur. He is the Director of Kinetic Communications and governing board member of MIT ADT University, and also he is a National IT Board member of All Indian Council of Technical Education. He has been writing on technology for almost 2 decades. He has written hundreds of articles in newspaper and magazines, some of which were presented at various seminars and conferences in India as well as abroad. He has written around 44 books on IT and won many awards for his literary work. It's an great honor to have you on this, sir. Now I request Dr. Deepak Shikarpur sir to address us about IT technologies. Thank you.
Good morning. So, my dear friends, today's world is digital. So, what is digital? Digital is combination of 2 things, physical and digital. And every life whether you are from whichever section of economy, you are exposed to this physical model. What were physical 3 years back have also become digital. In fact, I am proponent of virtual education for many years, but academic institutions never took me seriously till 2019. And then your friend Corona came. And then what happened? Whether you like it or not, online things happen. So earlier the choice was in line, but now it is online. So there are no queues. And this is the biggest advantage of internet. Internet as a technology exists for last 40 years, but it created a revolution 20 years back. And internet created one more important thing, which is actually a revolution. It made geography to history. Internet made geography to history. Because earlier, history and geography were two different subjects. But what internet did, with a click of mouse, you can do anything. And internet is a great equalizer. You and Bill Gates get same information. Information is same, but he makes money out of it and you don't, because you decide your priorities are different. So I was talking to younger students. But all these technologies are made for making your life easy. And this is where your priorities should also do it. How many of you think all these modern technologies I will use for my own good and nothing else? Then whatever activity you are doing, your device will help you to do it better. This is the right attitude to do it. And don't get addicted to it. This is a now group of around 180 to 200 students. And statistically, 20% of young people are cyber addicts. And this is a new addiction. Earlier, addiction was only restricted to nicotine and alcohol or drugs. Now the fourth category is added. It is called cyber addicts. Those students who think their life begins with a device and ends with device. And now there is a new terminology, and it is called bipolar disorder. It is called digital nasha. And unfortunately, I don't know, I pray to God that none of you are addicted to it. But there are some students in India and some in Pune also. They are addicted to this digital music. So what they do is, they connect their phone to earbuds and then they go to certain websites on Spotify and YouTube. And if you go to those websites, then you will get two sets of music, one in this year, one in that year. The combination will create a third wave, and that third wave is addictive. You will think as if you are in nirvana, you are hypnotized, and you feel you go to sleep, but you are in a different world. The kind of nasha which you get by consuming alcohol or afu or hashish or ganja or these kind of things. And all these are bad, by the way. Nothing is good. There are many different forms of it. The point I want to tell you is, young generation has a priority. If you decide that yes, I am not going to fall prey to all these addictions, and I want to remain a simple, honest, dedicated IT user, because IT is there everywhere. You cannot stay away from it. But if you decide to use these devices for good, then infinite opportunities are available to you. Infinite. You can use IT to learn every day some new things. I don't know how many of you have heard of a term called TED Talk. Have you heard of TED Talks? Do you know that every day at least 50,000 TED Talks happen globally? Now you have to Google, type, if you want to know, like today, if you want to know today is a Friday, then this is a day of stock exchange. So Sensex, okay, nothing wrong in learning new things. So Friday is the last day of the week. So what are the trends globally on stock exchange? Okay, nothing bad in that. Then you listen to a TED Talk. Then yesterday there was a news item, Reserve Bank of India increased repo rate by 0.25%. You must have read, some of you. So for some, this is a very important news because their livelihood depends on these things. What some, they don't understand. So you can listen to a TED Talk. What is the relationship between repo rate and interest rates. Because repo rate gets converted to interest rate at bank level and it becomes positive or negative. And that gives impact on inflation. Because every government wants inflation to be low. Because if inflation are low, prices are under control. But if prices are high, as you know, last 1 month there is a lot of talk. But you all must be very lucky because India is very lucky. In Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, things have gone out of control. Pakistan is also out of control. So we are now situated as a country in a situation where we are surrounded by all neighbors who are in deep trouble. All of them. What different problems are there? And who is responsible, I don't know. But we are relatively far better off. You are living secured life. Things are maybe little expensive, but they are available. How many of you know in Colombo, I came to know from my Rotary friend, they have to stand in queue for 8 hours to buy bread. 8 hours. 12 hours to buy 1 liter of petrol. And at what rate? 8 times what it was available 1 year back. So this is the situation in Sri Lanka. You think and you should think lucky that you are not into that situation. And unfortunately what happens, human beings, whatever you have, you always think you deserve something better. If you are coming by cycle, you think I deserve to come on a two-wheeler. If you have two-wheeler, then you think you should have a four-wheeler. If you have a Maruti Gadi, then you think you should have a BMW. If you have a BMW, you are not happy. BMW है नहीं, मुझे अभी helicopter चाहिए. Okay, if you get a helicopter, now you want a personal jet. Now if you have a personal jet, then you say I want a drone. So the point is, whatever you have, if you decide to be unhappy, then you will always be unhappy. And do you know that secret of happiness? Secret of happiness is in feeling contented in what you have. And you can easily be happy in feeling contented. And why I am telling you all these things is, all these things are linked to a word called attitude. If your attitude is a winning attitude, then winning attitude consists of two things. One is competition and other is happiness. So competition is there, yes, because this is where there is a word called examination. And if you are a senior student, like many of you, then your next real crisis is not exam, because I don't give too much importance to university exams. Your real thing is placement. Because if you get placed in a good company, you feel happy. Now how will you get placed? And this is where your hard work comes into picture. And this is where planning is very important. Because in life, which I have learned the hard way is, if you decide to fail, then you fail to plan. But if you decide to succeed, then you plan to succeed. So everything has to be a plan. Even yesterday's T20 match, 2 teams were playing, 1 team won. Both teams had planned. Tremendous plan. In fact, I don't know how many of you watched that match. Till 70% of the time India was winning. Because we thought 213 was a very good score. And Rishabh Pant thought we are winning. He's captaining India for the first time. But South Africans had other plan. Their plan was to play safe till 10th over and go for a kill, which is what exactly Miller did. That's why it's called Killer Miller. What I want to tell you, friends, is IPL cricket and your life is not different. They are doing the same thing. You also now need to learn. And a learner is a person who learns from everything. A lot of things are happening around you. People are talking. Somebody is playing cricket. Somebody is doing something. So your attitude should be to observe and learn from whatever is happening around you. And that is the key to success. Digital technologies are going to become a catalyst for making this happen. There are many technologies which will offer you career. Because today, you like it or not, 70% jobs, please mark this word, 70% jobs in our country are only digital jobs. You like it or not? Unfortunately or fortunately, I belong to that profession. So I feel very happy about it. And this is where if you see universities, after 12th standard, everybody wants only IT branch because they think it is secure. So IT is the future. I don't know how many of you are in non-IT, but there is nothing called non-IT now. Everything is IT. आणि मी मराठीत सांगतो मुद्दाम, आयुष्यभर जर तुम्हाला आयटीत राहायचं असेल, आयुष्यभर जर तुम्हाला आयटीत राहायचं असेल तर आयटी वापरायला शिका. एव्हरीथिंग इज आयटी. इवन अ बेगर begs online now. So IT has become integral part. Whatever you are doing, IT can happen. Are there any commerce students here? Do you know which is the biggest user of IT in the world? It is finance sector, fintech. In fact, I don't. You tell Dr. Chordia, replace the word commerce with fintech, because fintech has two things: domain knowledge. So what you are learning, I don't know whether GST is part of your syllabus or not. And if it is not, then unfortunate, because that is the in thing. So trial balance, balance sheet, accounting, GST, these are all domain knowledge things. But how to implement? Have you ever seen a balance sheet written with hand? Now it is all gone. Everything has become online. There are so many technologies. In fact, yesterday I wrote an article on blockchain, crypto. These are all digital currencies. There is more IT. In fact, there is more IT to commerce and finance than core IT, provided you decide to learn. So I request all commerce students, in addition to what you are studying here, please invest 3 to 4 hours extra in learning technologies. There are extra certifications also available in fintech. First is blockchain. Then you can go into financial softwares. There are so many financial software. The simplest software is called Tally. And there are so many other software. And all these softwares have certifications. And I don't know whether you know this, but there is a course in Pune University called Practical BCom, where they only teach IT and applicable finance to BCom students. And I had attended their convocations 4 years back. A BCom student of that course 4 years back got a package of 30,000 rupees, which even an MBA did not get. All because he had right knowledge and right skills. So it is possible for you to get skills. And this is where in life we do what is called postponement of problem. So BCom, time pass, less things. I will do MBA after BCom. And then I will do something great in life. Then if you do MBA, again time pass. So nothing happens. So first thing is, more than coronavirus, you need to get out of this time pass virus, because this is the biggest threat to our country. There is a vaccine for coronavirus, but there is no vaccine for time pass virus. And today the biggest enemy of our country is not China, not Pakistan, but time pass. And this time pass virus affects all ages, but it affects young people very fast. And the day you become affected by time pass virus, then time pass, there are so many things, and smartphone is the biggest friend of this time pass virus. एक बार आपके हाथ में फोन आ गया, बैंडविड्थ आ गया, तो टाइम पास वायरस कुछ भी लेके जाएगा. यूट्यूब पे जाओ, OTT देखो, समंता क्या नाच करती है वो देखो, then some WhatsApp, another problem. तो टाइम पास करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. You can do time pass for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. If there was a course on time pass, if there was a doctorate in time pass, 80% of you would have got it by now. But unfortunately it is not true. And if you are addicted to this time pass virus, then you have dug your own grave. Do you know what is meaning of dug your own grave? How many of you are there कि जिधर आपको मरना है उधर ही आप खड्डा खोद देते हो, मुझे मरने के बाद मुझे यही उगाड़ दो. बट आपने टाइम पास वायरस के साथ फ्रेंडशिप कर दी, तो आपने वो गड्ढा खोद दिया, अब जाके सिर्फ मरना बाकी है बस. बट अगर आपने तय किया कि वो मुझे टाइम पास वायरस में जाना नहीं है, एंड देन प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, द ओनली थिंग विच कैन डिफीट टाइम पास वायरस इज योर एटीट्यूड. If you decide to meaningfully invest your time, the first priority is health. Do exercises regularly, whatever you want. Then build up good attitude. And third is study regularly, because learnability is a big skill. And then comes the fourth and most important thing is skilling and certification. Because in my scheme of things, all degree holders have to be plus plus. whichever degree you want, BCom, BBA, BCA, it has to be plus plus. Because in my world there is C++. But I am not talking about programming language. The first plus after degree is skill. Each semester acquire one new skill. So if you have 6 semesters, you must acquire 6 skills. And skills are of 3 varieties. First skill is of livelihood skill. Livelihood skills are cooking. How many of you can cook? I can't. And there is no difference here for boys and girls. But cooking is a livelihood skill, and cooking skill you can learn at home from a great teacher called your mother. And your mother will be in tears if you tell her, Ma, I want to learn cooking from. But I am telling you friends, if you learn cooking, you are securing big success. In lockdown, 50% Americans, 80% Europeans made money on cooking. So livelihood skills are those which come to your rescue when something goes wrong. So cooking is the first skill, irrespective of your sex. And Suryadatta has a hospitality institute. Take their help and learn cooking. It doesn't require too much of efforts. आपको बहुत अच्छा कुक बनना नहीं है, सिर्फ दाल चावल खुद बना के खाना है और लोगों को खिलाना है. ये स्किल है, कुकिंग स्किल. Second skill is driving. Driving skill survived many people, and it is not difficult. If you cross certain age in India, you get license and learn to drive, but drive well. Accident नहीं करना है. So driving is second skill. Third skill is livelihood skill, swimming. If tomorrow something happens and you are dropped in water, will you survive or you will die? So livelihood skills are survival skills. And I appeal everybody, swimming is something you must learn. Because you don't know when you will be drowned in water. Who knows? Now today there is no rain. But statistically, 10% of Maharashtra gets flooded. Konkan and Raigad. वहाँ कितने लोग मरते हैं? Because they don't know swimming. So ये 3 skills मैंने आपको livelihood skills बताए. Then second category of skills, which is where technology comes. In all the other, even cooking you can learn online. There is a YouTuber from Calcutta. Google pays her 5 lakh a day. Please understand. 5 lakh a day because she posts 20 recipes every day. 5 lakh रुपए रोज कमाती है एक housewife सिर्फ रेसिपी डाल के. So this is one career. How many of you thought YouTuber can be a career? And cooking can become career. Cooking is a career for so many people. And there is nothing wrong in being call yourself a cook. Now degrees are available. Soft skills, there are 2 categories. One is communication skills. And this is where language is important. And historically it is proved that Indians are genetically multilingual. So every Indian can speak minimum 3 languages. So you can learn 4th language also. So here my first priority is English. Because English is the language of commerce. अगर पैसा बनाना है आपको तो अंग्रेजी आना पड़ेगा. Now where you studied in which medium is not important. And this is where I say history is not important. Because it is gone. What happened in the past is gone. So why to worry about it? Now you worry about future, which is your career. So English is something you must be good at. No option. Whichever branch. And there is a certification which, if you are ambitious, you can do. University of Cambridge runs 2 online certifications. It's called Business English Certification from University of Cambridge, Basic and Advanced. And if you pass Advanced, then you become eligible for many jobs in Commonwealth countries. Commonwealth countries are 90 countries. You have Commonwealth Games. But these Commonwealth countries are the ones which were ruled by Queen of England 100 years back. And in all these countries, this University of Cambridge certification is recognized. So you will get recognized. Okay, in soft skill, after English what? And my strong advocacy is Japan. I have nothing against Spanish or French, but Japanese is a selfish language, at least for Indians today. Because Indians are selfish, return on investment. If I give you choice, if I say, okay, you have 100 rupees, and same 100 rupees you can use for learning Japanese, Spanish, French, German, Portuguese, or any other language, or Cantonese, which is Chinese, then highest returns you will get on Japan. Because Japan is getting old day by day. Their country's average age is 75. India's average age is 20. First point. Second point, they treat Indians as friends. Their Prime Minister, I don't know how many of you know this, Shinzo Abe, Prime Minister of Japan, got Padma Vibhushan 2 years back. So this is the level of friendship between two countries and two Prime Ministers. Now, forget about the politics part of it, but country welcomes Indians. Do you know that if you have Indian passport, you don't require Japanese visa, it comes automatically. While as for all other countries you are standing in queue. Do you know this? American student visa is difficult to get by. 5 months there are no interviews. So what that country is telling you, don't come. And you like fool are going there. If your ambition is to study in USA, you are the biggest fool. When leaving Japan is the secure thing. Same country, same developed world, less fees, more scholarships, and most important is, do you want to go a country where you will be treated like a slave and second-rate citizen all the time? Or you want to go a country where you will be treated with self-respect? And you will be treated, oh, you are from India, our friend. Where you will hear this? Not in UK, not in USA, not in Canada. Every month, one Indian student is killed because his skin is brown. So why do you want to go to such racial countries? Go to Japan. Japan is the place where you will earn your future, respect, dignity, and there are so many stories of love in Tokyo. So you will fall in love also, nothing wrong in it. And they also want Indians. And please understand, the day you decide to become successful, your attitude of life will change. So soft skill, English, Japanese. Then last thing, using digital technologies, learn hard skills. And in hard skills, irrespective of your branch, my biggest priority and my recommendation number one is information security. The day you get certified, and there is a course also which Suryadatta runs, it's full-time master's course, MS, Master of Science on Information Security. But even if you are BCom, BCA, BSc, there are skill courses, 8 to 9 months, online plus offline. This skill will secure your career as far as hard skills are concerned, because you know data has become very important today. Data is so important. Data is tomorrow's oil is what Mukesh Ambani had said in Reliance AGM 6 years back. So because data is tomorrow's oil, it is stolen. So there is a new category, and I hope I am not talking to them, and they are called hackers. And why I made this statement is, average age of hacker is 18. Are you aware of this? Most hackers do hacking out of curiosity, then out of sensationalism, and third, they then become addicted. And hackers are yesterday's pickpocketers. So 30 years back, the profession was go in Mumbai local or train and किसी का pocket मारो blade से. Now that fellow has become hacker, because pocket में आजकल कुछ नहीं होता. क्या मिलेगा आपको? Credit card, boyfriend girlfriend का photo और 50 रुपए. So pocket mar is no profession now. All pocket mars have joined online classes, and they have become hackers, and they have upgraded their skills. I wish they don't come to Suryadatta for learning this course. After security, in fact, if you learn security, you don't require anything else. But for certain reasons you don't like security, then please understand, if you are in IT, the day of programming is over. Don't ever think of becoming a programmer, because it is a dead profession. Programmer, plumber, and all these things are at same level. Now, the new thing is app development. So the programming has got upgraded. So your platform has to be iOS or Android. And you must know how to develop mobile apps. If you can develop apps, and if you have creative bent of mind, then you have a good career. The third thing which can come after security and app development, it depends on your attitude. And unfortunately, it requires mathematical mindset, strong mathematical mindset. And that is called analytics. Big data analytics, linked to artificial intelligence, linked to robotics. But analytics career is for those who can think logically. logical thinking and analytical aptitude has to be there. And normally it is said that only those students who are toppers in mathematics should opt for this. So I don't know how many of you are in that category. So this is in general the rice plate of professional success in future for you. And IT as emerging technology is offering you huge opportunities provided your skilling is proper. Now all these things which I told you in last 20 minutes is first plus of your BCom and BA. Now is there a second plus? Yes. And what is that second plus? Internship or live work experience. And this is one area where India as a country is very, very bad, because we have not integrated internship as integral part of our education. It is present only in medical and dental education. So have you heard of a term called unemployable doctor? Have you ever heard a term called unemployable dentist? But there are unemployable MBAs, unemployable BTechs, unemployable BCAs, because these so-called whatever students or certified degree holders have degree but no practical knowledge. And the reason why they don't have practical knowledge is they don't have skills and they don't have work experience. And this work experience is again a part of attitude. In USA and Germany, after you cross age 16, you have to do earn and learn, because parents disown you. Even Barack Obama's daughter had to work as a waitress in Pizza Hut chain. And even though she was daughter of American president, she did not feel bad, because that is the culture. Unfortunately in India, सगळे आईत खाऊ लोक आहेत, सगळे स्टुडंट. सगळ्यांना फुकट सगळं पाहिजे. आई वडिलांनी कष्ट करायचे, पैसे कमवायचे, कॉलेजला टाकून द्यायचं आणि सांगायचं की जी लो अपनी जिंदगी आयश करो, मग मी आपला टाइमपास करायला मोकळा. हे आपलं फक्त इंडियामध्ये होतं. But really, if you don't want to do it, then you must go back. And in fact, all of you lost your 2 years in lockdown. If you have not done internship in lockdown, you are the biggest fools on this planet, because you had huge opportunities. Small scale industry was working, are you aware? All banks were working and they badly needed people. All cooperative banks and pathopedis, I am talking to that BCom crowd, they needed people. You should have gone there and worked as interns. It was possible. They were writing in papers, we want interns, but no student ever responded. IT students, same group, wanted odd jobs in IT to be done, because suddenly GST came. They wanted people to write documents, upload forms. So many people want help. In fact, in rural areas, this help is required to a very high extent, because many old people, many people in 50s are not digital friendly. They need help, and its help is not very high. You don't require programming knowledge. You require basic street smartness. How to download Aadhaar card, how to make changes in Aadhaar card. These are simple tips which you can do. This is called digital facilitation, digital assistance. And this internship could have taught you many things, because internship by word teaches you how world works. It teaches you customer relationship management. It teaches you vendor management. It teaches you various human related skills. How humans behave, how to talk to people, how to get work done from them. All these things become very, very important when you take internship. So I don't know whether this is part of your syllabus, because I don't have direct connect with Suryadatta group, even though Dr. Chordia is my old friend of last 20 years. And whenever he requests me, I come and talk to Suryadatta student. But unfortunately, I have become, there are kirtankars in temples. They go and do kirtans. So I am one of the digital kirtankars. I keep doing a lot of things. I keep telling a lot of things. And ultimately what happens? Many ladies and men go to temples and listen to these kirtans, and finally come home and behave the way they want. So what this priest has told, nobody is interested. So if you don't take my preaching as a kirtan and decide to practically implement, I do online career counseling. I run my own website, and I am currently mentoring 600 students all over the world. And we have no physical meetings. They remain in touch with me digitally. Then I am their career doctor. They keep asking me questions. I keep on replying. and when they come to Pune, they meet me, and many of them have become highly successful because they have listened to my counseling tips. So I don't mind if some of you can join my online coaching classes. For that, you don't have to pay me anything. Just go to my website, itcareercounseling.com. Simple to remember. Or you Google Deepak Shikarpur, you will get me. And you can ask me any question online also or offline if you have right now. And this process is important because mentoring, I am also part of Union Government's new education policy, digitization. And I feel mentoring or mentors are now integral part of our new education. Because earlier the relationship was only between student and teachers. So in colleges or schools you get teachers and students. At home you get parent. There is no concept of mentor. Mentor is a person who has seen life, who can be your guide. Now you look at IPL cricket team. Sachin Tendulkar is a mentor for Mumbai Indians. Why? Because Ambani family thinks that he knows cricket. So his benefit of experience is available to all Mumbai Indians players. Now what experience Sachin Tendulkar gives to Mumbai Indians, many people like me can give to Suryadatta students, provided they want to get mentor, because mentorship is not compulsory. Nobody says mentorship is compulsory. In fact, the correct word is mentee. Mentee is a person who listens to mentors. And learner can become mentee provided he has a mentor. And you can get mentors online. You can get mentors in family also. Your elder brother, sibling. Some of you can say, okay, my father is an engineer, he is my mentor. No problem. But each of you must have one mentor. And if you can't find a mentor, then you go to your college and say, we want to have mentors. Because unfortunately, no students want to become mentees. Because there is another attitude. It is called Punekar attitude. मला सगळं काही येतं. मला यायला पाहिजे mentor. मला सगळं येतं. मीच mentor बनतो सगळ्यांचं. The day you have this attitude, then life is over for you. And the day life is over for you, then there is no future for you. So please understand, my topic is emerging technologies, but in a big audience with diverse classification and qualifications, I purposely decided not to get into too technical things because it was not required. If you create a small group of only interested IT students who want to know technologies, then I can speak to them separately. So at this stage I will stop, and I will ask you questions now. You ask me questions later. And this question tests your logical thinking abilities. So listen to me carefully. Because if you miss out on my question, then you will lose out on the answer. Okay, let me set the context right. This is a story of 500 years back. Go back in time, Birbal time. And this is a story of a princess living in Arabistan. There used to be a king in Arabistan, and he had a very beautiful daughter. More beautiful than Katrina Kaif. So you can understand how beautiful she was. And everybody wanted to marry her. So there were 1 million Vicky Kaushals in those areas. But how to decide? So there used to be a competition which is called Swayamvar. And Swayamvar is in our culture, and in their culture also there was equivalent Swayamvar. But the conventional Swayamvar model was thinking and testing strength. So you do wrestling, kusti khelo, bhago, swimming karo. So this was the prevalent model of Swayamvar. But this girl was different. And she said that I want to marry an innovator. I want to marry a person who has innovative mind. And then problem started. Because her father could not decide how to test innovation. But somebody said, the greatest innovator of our times lives in New Delhi. And his name is Birbal. And I am telling you friends, Birbal was an innovator ahead of time. Had he survived today, he would have become richer than Bill Gates. Because Birbal did not have a commercial model. He used to give answers, but nobody used to pay any money to him. Today, problem solving has become a profession. But let us go back to our story. So this king goes to Birbal and gives him this problem. I have a daughter, very beautiful, and she wants to marry an innovator. So Birbal thinks for a minute and says, okay. And as it is, he was born ahead of time, so free advice. So free, no consultation, free advice. Father comes back. Now what happens? He announces Swayamvar of the most beautiful girl that country had ever seen. So all thousands or more potential grooms come and stand in queue. Now there is a problem. It's similar to Suryadatta. There are two complexes here. So there are two palaces adjoining, and they are interconnected. Both palaces have two guards. One guard, one guard. Now the first context, please understand. एक गार्ड खरं बोलतो, एक गार्ड खोटं बोलतो. एक गार्ड हमेशा सच बोलता है, दूसरा हमेशा झूठ बोलता है. One guard speaks the truth, other lies all the time. So if you ask one guard जो झूठ बोलता है, अभी कितने बजे है, वो बोलेगा 4 बजे. Because his mandate is to speak lie. So now समझ लो, two guards. One guard speaking truth, one guard other lies. Now you want to marry this princess. There is now a handkerchief on your eyes, और आपको handkerchief निकाल के एक guard के सामने रखते हैं. Now this princess is continuously shuttling between palace 1 to palace 2, but guard knows in which palace she is. And now your Swayamvar is looking at the face of guard, whom you don't know whether he speaks true or false. You have to ask him a question: where is the princess? And looking at the answer, you should know where she is. समझ में आ गई? आपको पता नहीं वो गार्ड सच बोलता है या झूठ बोलता है, लेकिन आपको एक ही क्वेश्चन उसको पूछना है, जिसके आंसर देने से आपको ये पता चलना चाहिए कि प्रिंसेस अभी कौन से पैलेस में है, पैलेस 1 और पैलेस 2. सोचते रहो. And if you get answers, please give it to Kiran Rao. The most I will say eminent answer will get this gift which he gave me. Okay? Thank you very much. अभी आपको कुछ पूछना है तो पूछ सकते हो. No compulsion. If it's your lunch break, you don't ask a question. No problem. Yeah, please ask, but speak loud because I have to hear you. And you don't have a mic. Or you come in the front.
No, sir, it's okay. Is there any opportunity in web development?
Huge opportunities. Web development has now become lesser than app development because web is everywhere now. But I will modify your question. Internet world. It's not called web development. Internet world using app, because app and web are all same. Okay, thank you very much.
A warm and graceful afternoon to our most valuable Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Deepak Shikarpur, Sir, Management Committee and everyone gathered here. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of every to make this session successful. I, Shweta Selokar, on behalf of Suryadatta Group of Institute, first of all, extend my most sincere thanks to Almighty God for making today's session a resounding success. With His blessing and grace, we were able to make this session what it was. On behalf of Suryadatta Group of Institute, I extend hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Deepak Shikarpur, who spent time from his busiest schedule to grace the session. Today we had an opportunity to hear thoughts, sir, and this will surely help us in our future. A special thanks to all respected Professor Sanjay Chodia sir, Founder, President and Chairman, Mrs. Sushma Chodia ma'am, Dr. Sailesh Kasande sir, CEO of Suryadatta Group of Institute, Dr. Pratiksha Bable ma'am, Dean, Dr. Manisha Kumbhar ma'am, HOD MCA department, and all staff who were making since morning to make sure everything is to be perfect. Also heartily gratitude to all coordinators managing mic, speakers, camera and all hygienic factor. And last but not the least, a big thank you your all students for making this session a great success. Thank you.
ऑनलाईन पोस्ट करायला का